Hey, hi, hello, and all that good stuff. My name is Allie. I am the Chaotic Reader. This is where I talk about book things. So, been gone a while. I birthed an entire human from my body. So I've been a little busy. We're gonna try to be back now. I did take an extra month off, more than I thought I was going to, for making content. But I'm here now. I have a lot of videos planned, vlogs planned, general things planned. So I'll talk more about all of that in a just kind of update video. I don't want to get into it too much here. So let's just go ahead and get into what this video is. I have a book haul. Now, not quite all the books I want to talk about are going to be here because apparently the mail has been something else, and so I'm still waiting on Waypoint books that I will be hauling, but those aren't here, and I have no idea when they're gonna be here. So we're just gonna haul these books, which honestly there is way too many of anyway. So June was my birthday month. Also, I've just been having the big sad, and I went shopping during the big sad, so let's just get into the books. I have a box full of them here because my shelves are, as they seem to always be, a giant disaster. So they're in a box. These are in no particular order because I didn't organize them because I didn't feel like it. Let's go. Got The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green, which is his first non-fiction book. I do like his other books, although I haven't read one in quite a while since Turtles All the Way Down came out. So I don't know if I still love them. I would actually like to try to reread them because I remember really loving them. Although sometimes I feel like you shouldn't reread books that you really loved because oftentimes you end up realizing they're not as good as you thought they were. I got Binti by Nyeri Okafor. I'm sorry if I did not pronounce that correctly. I haven't heard it pronounced before. This, I didn't even know you could get a physical copy because it is so short. But I've been wanting to read this for a while, and it was really cheap, and it looks really good. It's a sci-fi. That's all I know. I suppose I should have given you a heads up that most of these books I just bought because they looked interesting, and I don't know a ton about the majority of them. So I can't give you great synopsises. And I'm not even going to try because I kind of just like going into books not knowing a lot. I got In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens, which honestly just, this cover is stunning, and gay pirates. I didn't need to know any more than that. I picked up that one. I'm sorry if you can hear background noises. Obviously, if I'm filming, someone else is watching the baby, so my husband is home and he's watching TV downstairs, and my whole house is very echoey. And right now, the baby is crying, which I'm sure you can probably hear. Apologies. Next I have In the Ravenous Dark by M.A. Strickland, which I read Beyond the Black Door a few months ago. I read it at some point, and it was so good. So when they were releasing a new book, I had to get it, and I've heard good things, and I plan on reading this very soon. This is called God's Behaving Badly by Marie Phillips, and this was a complete impulse buy. I'd never seen this before in my life. I've never heard of it. It sounds awful, but in a fun way. It's basically just the Greek gods are like living in an apartment in New York? In London. And I don't know, it sounds very silly, and it probably won't be good, but I thought, I know I haven't been saying where all of these came from. Some of them came from Barnes & Noble, some of them came from thrift stores and used bookstores, and then there's a few in here that were also gifts. I picked up City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert. I just picked this up because I've heard it compared to Evelyn Hugo. I would like more books like that, so I grabbed it. We've got The Marriage Contract by Katie Robert, which I found at the used bookstore and absolutely needed to have. So there's this. It's a Katie Robert book, that's why I got it. The Hellions Waltz by Olivia Waite, which is a sapphic historical fiction romance, and that very much excites me, and I hope it's good. Okay, so this next one I've already read, and that is The Roommate by Brandy Bush, and this was a very good time. Hannah from Lada M gifted me this one for my birthday, and thank you, Hannah, because it was a very good time. Now, okay, the plot is, it just on the back, all it says is, can I have my roommate's parents for a single night? Which sounds, you know, but it was so. Then I ordered Bunny by Mona Awad. This is a very bright cover. I've wanted to read this for a while, and this is for a video that I will say nothing about because I can't yet. Next up is another gift, which is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and this was gifted to me by Jazz, and I was not expecting this at all. This just arrived recently, and I was like, oh, a gift for me? Anyway, I'm very happy with this. I don't generally read classics, although this is more of a modern classic, so this kind of seemed like a good place to start. But I've just been really drawn to this in general, and have been wanting to pick it up for a while. So now, I can. This is The Winter Sister by Megan Collins. I don't really know anything about this. I have just been looking for more thrillers, and so I grabbed a few used ones while I was out because I just don't even really know what I like in thrillers anymore. I know I like thrillers, but I tend to be disappointed in a lot of the ones that I've read, so I'm just kind of grabbing random ones to give a chance. So there's that. The Dreamers by Karen Thompson Walker. Again, another one I don't know much about. I think it's a dystopian, and I actually have another book by Karen Thompson Walker, but I haven't read it, so now I have two of her books that I have not read. Then I've got The River by Peter Heller. I don't really know anything about this. This was another used book by, and it sounds kind of like a thriller slash survival story about people who go like camping, and then they see a man and a woman arguing, and the next day they only see a man, something like that. I don't know, but it sounded interesting. Another random used book by is Mr. Splitfoot by Samantha Hunt. I remember I read the synopsis of this, and then I picked it up because it sounded interesting, but it's about orphans who can talk to ghosts. I had to pick up Una Out of Order by Margarita Montemore because Molly said this was fantastic. So good, so great. And it looked kind of interesting, but wasn't something I was sure about picking up. But if Molly loves it, I could love it. So I grabbed that one. Then I got The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This was really cheap if you got a coffee at the coffee shop at the bookstore I was at. And of course I was getting coffee at the coffee shop. Anyway, so I figured I'd grab it because it sounds like it could be good. I'm a little unsure about the plot. I know that it's very insta-love. I'm pretty sure this is the, maybe this isn't the one that's insta-love. I think she has one that's insta, I don't even know what I'm talking about. But it's a romance. Hopefully it's good. This one, it was at the thrift store, and it's marked by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. I know this isn't good literature, but it could be very entertaining literature. I enjoyed them in middle school, and I just wanted to give them a reread because I know they're not good, but this ought to be just a good time to experience again. Here is The Passenger by Lisa Lutz, another kind of thrillery one that I just picked up because it sounded like it could be good, and I don't know what I like in thrillers anymore. I grabbed Mexican Gothic because of course I did. I need to read this, obviously. It sounds so good. It's Gothic. I don't actually know what it's about, to be honest, but I don't really need to. Another one that feels kind of gothic-y is The English Wife by Lauren Willig. I'd never heard of this one before, but I just was drawn to this cover. I'm drawn to anything that feels gothic-y at this point. Blame Hannah for that. Blame Hannah for most things I do at this point. Just We can just blame Hannah for everything all the time, it's fine. Then I grabbed Leave the World Behind by Rumaan Alam. This was the Barnes Noble book club pick. They, I guess, have a book club. I've never gone to the actual book club part, but a lot of the times the books they pick are pretty good. And I also think I saw Molly haul this one, and that's why when I saw it at Barnes Noble, I was like, oh, I think I saw someone grab that recently, and it sounds good. So I grabbed it too. Then I got The Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin because I really need to finish this series. I think it's so good, and I need to know how this ends. I hope it ends good, because at this point I've been thinking about it for so long, I just don't want to be disappointed. Then I picked up Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro, and I don't know a whole lot about this. I feel like I've seen it around or heard people talk about it or something, and it seemed intriguing, so now I have it. Then I grabbed Starry River of the Sky by Grace Lin. This is a very nice looking copy that I'm pretty sure is unread that I found used. And I picked this up because Gavin recommended to me Where the Mountain Meets the Moon before, and I still don't have that one. But this is by the same author, and since it was just such a nice copy for like $1, I figured why not. No one will be surprised that I got A Touch of Darkness by Scarlett St. Clair, because Hades and Persephone retelling. No one is surprised. This one I picked up because Hannah recommended it to me, and that is My Sister the Serial Killer by... Bear with me here, I apologize. This is another one I haven't heard the author's name pronounced, and it is Oyinkan Braithwaite. That's a cool name. I like that name. But this, I've heard mixed things about, and originally wasn't going to pick it up even though I was kind of interested, but Hannah recommended it to me, and me and Hannah tend to have quite similar tastes in books because we're just kind of the same person anyway, so. Another one I picked up because Hannah recommended it is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. This is written in verse, which I figured would be a quick read, and I really need to have more quick reads on my shelves because I don't have a ton. So I figured this was a good one to pick up so that I could read it, enjoy it, and get some books done since I'm behind on my goal this year. Okay, just 3 more. I know I've been rushing through them, but this video is already 17 minutes long, and I just didn't want you guys to have to stay here forever for a book haul. I got Ace of Spades because there's just so much hype around it, and it sounds really good, and since it's come out, I've heard really good things, so I had to get my hands on it. I also got White Ivy by Susie Yang because this one really intrigues me. I don't remember why it intrigues me, but it was part of a buy one get one free sale. So. And lastly, I finally got The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. I really like this cover. I'm really excited to read this. The Night Circus is one of my favorite reads I've read. The Night Circus is one of the favorite reads I've read this year. Favorite reads I've read this year. Why does that just like not even sound like a sentence right to my brain right now? Favorite reads I've read this year. Is that a sentence? Favorite reads I've read this year. You know what I mean. Anyway, I'm excited to read this. And this is the last one I have to haul. Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say to end this video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that you're here. I appreciate that you put up with my chaos, and I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. Make sure to subscribe if you're interested in more of this, and comment if you've read any of those books, if you liked them, if you hated them, what you think of them. And yeah. Bye.